Hi guys, and welcome to World of Warships with Willaboo. Now before we jump into this Campbeltown replay, I want to talk about my contest again. It is the first week of the Grand Naval Battles event that Wargaming is organizing, and if you want to participate in this week's contest, it's really simple and it's really easy for you guys to actually earn some diamonds. All you have to do, well, there's two different ways of actually earning these diamonds. With the first way, if you want to earn 200, all you have to do is just create a GIF of some memorable moment from one of your battles from this week and post it on my Facebook. The link to my Facebook page should be in the description of this video right now. And also, if you don't feel like making a GIF or you don't have the ability to do so, you still have a chance of winning some diamonds. And this is even simpler. All you have to do is just visit my Facebook page, like one of the GIFs that have been already posted there, and also come up with a suitable name for it, and I will be choosing the winners based on how witty and how fitting the name is for the GIF itself. So the contest finishes tomorrow, so you only got a really short time, but that also means that you have a really high chance of winning those diamonds if you put some effort into it. So guys, I really encourage you to go ahead and do this. Right, so contest talk over, let's move on to the Campbeltown review right now. Talking about the stats of this tier 3 premium destroyer, there are only two numbers that you really need to remember, 6.5 and 7.5. 6.5 is your detection range and 7.5 is your torpedo range. You can completely forget about the guns, they're absolutely useless and they're there only to hang the artillery on, I guess. So those two numbers are the two important ones. Another thing to remember is the fact that the Campbeltown is an extremely agile ship with 2.7 seconds of rudder shift time and a really tight turning circle. This ship is amazing in close range torpedo knife fights, and this is exactly how you will be using it. And I'm saying that because this is a tier 3 destroyer. You'll be encountering enemies who have no idea about changing course when there's a destroyer close by. Their fire will be inaccurate, and all the other stuff that is happening in low tier battles is going to be happening to you as well, but you can be aware of it and use it to your advantage, and this is exactly what I'm going to be doing in the replay that's unfolding in front of your eyes right now. So, as you can see from the team list, this is a tier 4 March, and I'm spawning on the western side of the Big Race map. And I decide to move to the corner of Doom in the southwestern corner of the map. This is the place where usually all the destroyer knife fights happen at the beginning. So I'm approaching this corner, and this is the moment when I spot the enemy torpedo bombers incoming. And as you notice now, the moment the carrier captain notices me, he moves his torpedo bombers to create a cross drop on me, and this is very unexpected for a tier 4 captain, and I'm rather impressed by the fact that he actually tried to kill me that way. Unfortunately, he picked the wrong target. I'm not only very skilled at avoiding torpedoes, but also I'm sailing something that is most likely the most agile ship in this particular game. So it was a very nice try, but try again. So I'm safe from the torpedo bombers now, and I see that Kuma, which is only 5.5 kilometers away, and you can see that Kuma's torpedoes cruising in my direction, but I'm safe from them. And I'm using this island up ahead of me to shield myself from the Kuma's fire. I want to figure out which way the enemy cruiser is going. And now that I see that the cruiser is under friendly fire, I decide that it's safe, relatively safe enough to move out, and I open up on it, and the goal here is to move towards that destroyer. You can see on the map, right in the center of the map right now, he's threatening our cap and a couple of our ships. So moving in there. I stop being spotted by the Kuma because of the island between us. And I see that the enemy destroyer is a half-dead Iziaslav who just got hit for 3000 and he's got damaged engines and is almost dead, but he still managed to kill one of our cruisers, which is really unfortunate. So I open up on it and a couple of shells miss, but the last one finishes the job and I rig myself my first kill. So I'm looking at the map now, and I see that the southwestern corner where I was heading initially is going to be completely dominated by our battleships and cruisers. Therefore, I don't really see the point of going in there and just, lemming training with them. And I also see that, talking about lemming trains, the enemy team seems to be really insistent on pushing north through the eastern side of the map. So I do want to generally move in that direction, but I want you guys to see what I'm doing here. The Campbeltown has got an amazing torpedo launching arc, and this is something that you can use to your advantage. Just look at the space between the first and the second spread of the torpedoes is really tiny, and that basically means that you can use both sides of your destroyer to attack targets. And as I mentioned before, the thing that you really have to count on while sailing the Campbeltown is the fact that you are sailing in tier 3 battles, and people do sail in straight lines here, so that's precisely why I just bagged myself my second kill. So I continue on the course east. I want to engage all those juicy targets on the other side of those islands. And my torpedoes are being reloaded now. The reload rate of the torpedo launches is pretty decent. I believe it's just under a minute. And I do get spotted for a moment, and I believe this is the Kuma to my right, which is, yeah, it must have been. It is 6.7 kilometers now. But I don't react, and I definitely refrain from shooting to keep myself as hidden as possible. And the idea here is to basically get to about 7.5 kilometers or a bit closer to one of those battleships and launch my torpedoes from both sides and basically outright kill them. But this is the moment where I spot the Clemson, who is only 3 kilometers away. He's intent on engaging our Iziaslav, and I make a wager by launching those torpedoes that he is completely tunnel visioned and he won't spot them till it's going to be too late. Otherwise I would consider launching those torpedoes a waste. So I open up on the destroyer just to damage its engines and make sure that he slows down enough to actually be hit by the torpedoes, and that's how I get my third kill. Now, turning around, engaging my smoke screen to hide myself from all those enemy cruisers. It's going to be a while. They're still going to be able to fire on me for a moment, but I'm just about to finish my turn now, and I should be safe from now on. I obviously launched those torpedoes at the enemy Kolberg, and I'm just watching now how they hit home and give me my fourth kill. So this is the moment where the action is going to go into a little bit of a lull. I'm very aware of the fact that those cruisers to the southeast are aware of my presence, and they will most likely be waiting for me to show myself again. So I do want to give some time before I allow myself to be spotted again. And also I see that South Carolina moving in on me 4.2 kilometers away, and I'm pretty sure that I could quite easily do a suicide distance torpedo run on the battleship. But I also see the Ishizuchi to the north, and I'm thinking if I stay behind this island for long enough, I may actually be able to torpedo both of them without really moving from this spot. I look quickly at the map and I see that I'm rather safe from any other threats, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on the far side of this little island here with those two battleships. And that's the moment where I spot the South Carolina committing to the turn to the south. So I open up my engine boost and start sailing straight towards the South Carolina. 1.6 kilometers away, the battleship has no chance to actually avoid those torpedoes. But just check out how quickly the Campbeltown turns. Just in case those torpedoes were not enough, I'm already prepared to launch another spread. So those 3 torpedoes are more than enough to kill the South Carolina, and the hit gives me my 2nd devastating strike and Kraken Unleashed, and obviously my 5th kill. And again, I'm using the fact that this is a tier 3 battle, and the enemy battleship captains are most likely not used to dealing with destroyers at close range. So I just rush straight in and get 2 torpedo hits on the Ishizuchi, and he's sinking, and I open up on it as well, but somebody else picks off the battleship for me. So now the Kuma is about 5 kilometers away, and I engage my smoke screen as soon as it becomes available. Launch my torpedoes and hide in my smoke. Unfortunately, the Kuma continues to blind fire, and this is the moment where he gets me, and the game is done for me. So I managed to kill 5 ships, nearly 6 ships if you count that Ishizuchi as well. Get 9 torpedo hits and 6 floodings. So we have over 9 minutes left till the end of the battle, and I'm already on the bottom of the sea, and I have to trust that my team is going to continue and finish the match so that we're victorious. But this is a low tier match, and I am not going to be a cruel person, and I'm not going to show you the rest of this game, and we're gonna move on to the final battle results screen, because this was absolutely and truly painful to watch. The battleship captains on our team were absolutely useless. They had no idea what they were doing, and quite frankly, I'm really surprised that we managed to win this. So, as I said, let this be an example of what's up in stock for you for the rest of the game. So guys, 195,000 of profits, just over 6,000 of experience, Kraken Unleashed, and a double devastating strike, 9 torpedo hits, and obviously 5 ships destroyed. This game gave me the first place in my team with just over 1,200 of base experience, and those 9 torpedo hits gave me just over 60,000 of damage dealt. Moving on to the profits tab, I managed to finish some sort of a mission that added a little bit to my total profit, and it jumped from 195,000 to a full 241,000 of pure profit after all the refits and repairs, which incidentally were only 3,500. So guys, that's all in terms of the battle, and if you would like to see my consumable upgrade and captain perk choices for this ship, then stay tuned, and this is the next thing that's going to be on the menu. Right guys, moving on to the port. There isn't really that much to say about the Campbeltown's captain. The only three things that I would choose for the Campbeltown right now would be the situational awareness, torpedo armament expertise, and the last stand perk, and this is really everything you need. Everything on top of that will be extra, obviously will be beneficial, but those three things will make your ship extremely deadly. In terms of upgrades, I chose the torpedo tubes modification 1 and the propulsion modification 1. It's an upgrade that I choose for all of my destroyers. And in terms of consumables, I chose all the premium consumables. This is a premium ship, and I really don't see why I should be skimping on any of these. It makes pretty decent money anyway, so I chose all three of them. So all three of them are premium. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed watching this video and I managed to convince you that the Campbeltown is not a completely useless ship. And if you did like this video, please do give it a like down below. It motivates me to come up with new content for the channel. And also hit the subscribe button if you wish to see more of my materials. And for now, I say thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the open seas.